Hello and welcome to Politics is Pity Pity. We're live from the IEC's National Results Operations Center. This is where the results are trickling in from the over 22,000 voting stations. We are quickly and slowly getting towards that 100% mark. Over 95% of the results have now been counted and the ANC is still in the lead with 57%. We're now joined in our studio here at EWN by the ANC Secretary General Ace Magashule. Mr. Magashule, thank you so much for your time.
It's a pleasure. Thanks, and thanks to the viewers and listeners.
Let's speak about the ANC's 57% victory. You're returning to the union buildings as a governing party. Are you satisfied with the 57%?
We are 100% satisfied because the South African democracy is maturing. 48 parties participated in these elections. The ANC is still victorious. The people of South Africa still have hope in the African National Congress, despite the fact people will say we have gone down. If you look at the 2016 election outcomes, you can see we have done very well as the African National Congress. So we have improved, and they will continue doing so.
But if you look at the 2016, you're looking at 54%. So that's probably about, 3% improvement. That's not really a lot, is it?
It's a lot in politics. It's quite a lot. Remember, as I say, there are now 48 other political parties contesting these elections. And I'm sure the design was designed that just spoil the victory of the African National Congress, stop it from getting overwhelming majority. But we are still there. We are still the governing party. We'll still govern South Africa. We'll still address the plight of our people all over South Africa.
Would the ANC still be so victorious at 57% had it not been for the so-called renewal that other people think was brought by President Cyril Ramaphosa?
President Cyril Ramaphosa was the face of the campaign. So the face, like be it the time of Mandela, the time of Mbeki, the time of the leader propels the campaign, gives the campaign more energy. People believe in the leader of the ANC, the president. So even though the president is part of a collective, because I can see that there is an attempt to take Comrade Cyril Ramaphosa out of the collective of the ANC, but he's still the face of the campaign. And usually in the ANC, the face of the campaign is very, very important and key.
But the head of elections in the ANC, Fikile Mbalula, seems to make that separation himself, because he says we need to acknowledge that had it not been President Cyril Ramaphosa on that ballot paper for the ANC, then the organization would have slipped below 50%.
No, we should acknowledge that the leadership of President Cyril Ramaphosa played an important role in propelling the ANC where it is. But we should also say it's because Comrade Cyril Ramaphosa was also leading a collective, volunteers on the ground, members of the ANC, supporters and fans, because that is scientific. Collectively on the ground, we worked. The volunteers worked. Comrade Mbalula worked a lot. President Cyril Ramaphosa was the face of the campaign. So all of us have contributed. But the president, we must recognize the fact that he was the face of the campaign. And that's why people will say Comrade Ramaphosa, if he was not there. It has been the same with all the presidents as the face of the campaign. They have actually put some more energy, energized our campaign, and they have worked hard. They did not sleep. So you will say, yes, he has contributed quite immensely for the victory we have today.
Mr. Mbalula was telling us at Eyewitness News a short while ago that Mr. Ace Magashule, referring to you, that you must stop being over-allergic of President Cyril Ramaphosa and accept that he's a president. Are you over-allergic of the president?
I'm not over-allergic. I was saying I saw the statement of Comrade Fikile. I may not have checked with him, but he explained the context to say if it was somebody else, the ANC could not be where it is. I'm saying, no, that is not scientific. Yeah. So I'm not allergic. I respect the president. He's my president. He's the president elected by the branches of the ANC. So there's no issue around Comrade Ramaphosa.
Other divisions amongst the leadership, the leaders of the African National Congress. I mean, you've spoken previously about how your phone has been tapped, but you've been speaking in mixed messages. The president was on TV the other day saying there's no phone that is being bugged. So who's telling the truth?
Have you heard what Zizi Kwatwa said? Have you recently heard what Comrade Mashatile said?
Well, I'm looking at the president because he's the head of the ANC. He's the leader of the ANC. So if he's saying there's no phone that has been bugged, you're saying your phone is being bugged. Why are we getting these mixed messages?
Ask Comrade Paul. Have you asked the DSG? Have you heard what Comrade Paul has said? Why are you guys targeting what I'm actually saying? Because I'm saying what the same leaders are actually saying.
So why did the president say then that there's no phone that is being bugged?
I can't talk on behalf of the president. Yeah.
Why do you think your phone is being bugged and that there are state resources that are being used to target certain leaders? Because this is what you said in the Free State during the electioneering.
Maybe let's leave this matter until we are over with this, because we have agreed that such matters will be discussed after elections.
Have you also agreed that you shouldn't have raised the issue of your phone being tapped before you raised an official complaint with the ANC?
I've said it's always wiser to raise matters which affect the ANC internally, not just publicly.
And that was not the case when we raised your phone being tapped?
Yeah, that was not the case. That was not the case.
So you should have done things differently?
That's what I should have done. I have accepted to that, and I think it is the right thing to do. Do things internally, go to the structures, report internally to the organization. We shouldn't behave in a particular way which is foreign to the ANC.
The focus from now on, SG, is going to move to cabinet. It's going to move to the selection of premiers. How soon can we expect that process to be completed? Have you spoken to the president and engaged with him, advised him on how slim his cabinet needs to be?
No, we'll engage at the right time. We're focusing on the election results, and the president, as the leader of the African National Congress, will give direction, will engage us, and will move forward.
But as the leadership collective, do you support him when he says he wants a slimmer cabinet? If he comes and says we want 20 ministers and a few deputy ministers, is that something the ANC would support?
The president has said so publicly. We have actually supported him, and that's the right thing to do. It's okay, because he hasn't said it outside the organization. He did actually engage the organization, and we said, it's okay, President, it's a wise move.
And the issue of premiers, are the PECs meeting now? Will they be meeting soon? How soon will the NEC sit to try and finalize who is going to be premier where? And how are you going to be dealing with the issue of 50-50%, the issue of gender parity in the provinces that the ANC governs?
Quite difficult. I don't know how we'll deal with that process, but we shall have to have 50-50. We shall have to, the provinces, because it is prerogative of provinces to bring 3 names to national, and I'm sure provinces have actually started embarking on that program.
Just lastly, what message do you have to the candidates who were on the list of the ANC to Parliament?
I will say to those candidates, go to Parliament, don't act as individuals, act as a collective, go and implement the National Conference resolutions, don't deviate from party policy positions, go and do the right things. You have listened to the concerns of ordinary South Africans during the campaign. Assist us to fix all the things which people have actually raised. Go and work collectively, engage all other parties. Let's build a non-racial, non-sexist, united and prosperous South Africa, because there is still no prosperity in South Africa as we speak now. So economic freedom is very, very important. It's not just something we are sloganizing about it. It has to happen. The majority of South Africans who are unfortunately black must actually be lifted up. Inequalities must actually be one of the things we are dealing with, and building non-racialism.
Thank you so much for your time. That is, of course, the ANC Secretary General, Ace Magashule.
Thank you, Meko.